about making sustainable packaging paper from corn husk and corn stalk pith.
Paper is in great demand. In 2021 alone, there has been 408 million tons of paper in demand, and it's rising each and every year. In Indonesia, paper making has had lots of effects. Nevertheless, this is so for all areas around the world, because paper making involves fibers, mostly wood fibers, and these are obtained from deforestation, usually. In Indonesia, 88 million tons of greenhouse gases, specifically carbon dioxide, has been produced due to this. And this is not sustainable. As an alternative, we have found a waste, an agricultural crop waste, to be used as an alternative. Corn. Corn is an agricultural crop that is often planted in Indonesia, amounting to 34.4 million tons in production. And for each corn crop, it turns out that 50% of its weight amounts to the corn stalk waste produced during harvesting. Aside from this, corn husks are usually almost always removed during the process of selling or purchasing of corn. This can be seen through your local supermarkets or grocery stores. To be specific, corn stalk is referring to the stem of a corn crop. In this experiment, we're focusing on corn stalk pith, which is the innermost area. And we're focusing on corn husk as well, which refers to the covering of an ear of corn. Since these two are waste, we have decided to find out which may be more suitable for packaging paper, as packaging paper has been increasing in usage, especially in recent years during commercialized activities. And based on previous researches, these two materials indeed have different properties in terms of cellulose and in terms of fiber strength and fiber length, which all affects the quality of the paper. To test it more specifically, we have decided to make these two different kinds of paper.
As stated previously, there has been many adverse effects to obtain the wood raw materials needed to make paper packaging. Hence, our research's aim is to find more sustainable and eco-friendly substitutes to create paper packaging from corn materials, the corn stalk pith and the corn husks. By using these materials, we can reduce agricultural waste, reduce deforestation, and create a great paper packaging alternative all at the same time.
Here are the variables of our experiment.
To make the paper, first we gather husk from the corn and cut the corn stalks to smaller pieces. Then weigh the materials to 100 grams. After weighing, the materials are washed and placed into 2 steel pans to be boiled with water and soda ash for 2 hours. After boiling, the materials are then rinsed in cold water, then beaten to form a thick pulp for blending. After measuring the volume, the mixture is then poured to a rectangular container to evenly distribute it. A mold is then used to strain the mixture. The material is now ready for drying, which starts by using a towel and a book stacked on it to start the drying process. After drying, the book is removed and the paper is cut to smaller pieces accordingly.
To test the tensile strength, 3 strips of husk and corn stalk papers with a dimension of 3.7 centimeters in width and 5 centimeters in length were prepared with holes in the center of the paper were made on the paper to hook it on the iron stand, and a set of known weights were added. The mass that causes the paper to rip is recorded as the tensile strength of the paper. This is repeated for each of the 3 paper strips in order to obtain the average tensile strength value. A rectangular tub was filled with water, enough to submerge the papers. 3 strips each of corn husk and corn stalk pith papers with equal thickness and dimensions were placed together in a container. Then, 50-gram loads each were used to weigh down the paper to prevent it from floating. The papers were left in the container together for 24 hours. Using a pipette, 1 water droplet was dropped onto each paper. As the water droplet hit the paper, a stopwatch was started to measure the time taken. The stopwatch was then stopped after the paper had completely absorbed the water. An object was placed directly behind the stalk pith or husk paper. A flashlight was used 5 centimeters away behind the object to portray a shadow of the object. This was kept constant.
The Study shows that packaging paper made from corn husk is stronger than paper made from corn stalk pith. A more prominent shadow depicted on the corn stalk pith paper indicates that the paper is of lower opacity, which shows that it is less suitable for packaging paper. Corn stalk pith paper was shown to absorb water more quickly than corn husk paper, and also showed a more significant change after left to decompose in water, making it a suitable alternative to foam, as packaging paper should show resistance to water, preventing damage.
So what are the future works and implementations of our research? First and foremost, we can try to reduce the errors or do more testing. So we can try to control more variables such as time spent for rinsing, controlling the environment during the drying process or during the testing process, and trying to find out the correlation between volume of water used as well as the temperature of water used perhaps, and the concentration and amount of soda ash used towards the quality of paper. We can also try to test more parts of corn or test different kinds of species of corn to see the differences that they make towards the quality of paper. And aside from this, we could also do the experiment much more times, more than one time, to see whether or not the quality of paper differs. And we could also try to test out the usage of paper for other uses instead of packaging paper. Perhaps, for example, we found out that cornstalk pith had the potential to be used as foam paper, perhaps because of its water absorbing abilities. That's all for our research, and we do hope that it was very helpful in some ways and can be further implemented in many ways to reduce the impact of paper making using wood fibers.
That's all for our research.
Thank you.